Hi, I'm Bill Mosley, and you're in the horror basement. Lick my plate, you dog bitch.
Welcome to the Horror Basement Podcast, coming to you from the Teen Horror News Studios in the basement of my mom's trailer. I am one of your hosts, Jonny Leroy, here, guys. Yep. And we also have our local horror experts. We got JimJams.
JimJam here.
And our head writer from teenhorror.com, the man Yeti.
Hey.
Yep, go check out teenhorror.com. And on today's podcast, we'll be talking cannibalistic horror, backwoods horror, and the movie of the week is Inbred, English horror comedy film. Would you say it's English? I don't know. Yeah, English, yeah.
Well, the first two topics kind of go
Hand in hand.
hand in hand. So, we can realistically just talk about both of them at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I was actually thinking of right when I read them. I was like, they'll probably just intersect each other. And don't forget, go check out teenhorror.com. Yeti has 2 weekly articles that, I guess, themed articles he's going to write. No, articles that he's going to write up every week. True Story Tuesdays.
We got
Fucked Up Fridays.
just right before this comes out, True Story Tuesday will drop, and this week's installment is the Pig Farm Killer,
Ooh.
one of the biggest serial killer investigation in North American history, the most prolific serial killer in Canada ever, and Friday, coming up for Fucked Up Fridays, we're going to talk about the French extremity classic Martyrs. It's going to be a good time, guys.
Yeah, and go check out the 2 previous articles. They're really good articles. I read them, and I enjoyed them. But first, I have an odd question for you two. It's going to be really odd. I think it's really odd. But I don't know. I was laid down to take a nap, and something hit me. And I was like, So, this is so weird. God. I started thinking, I don't know, I was going to introduce and be like, hey, my favorite color is blah, blah, blah. Just something stupid. I'm Jonny Leroy, my favorite color is da-da-da. Then I thought, I wonder if a rainbow touched the ground and you was able to walk into it and live in the color, what color of the spectrum of the rainbow would you live in? This is a weird question. If you could walk into it, what spectrum of color would you live in?
You said you had a weird question for us, and I thought all kind of shit was going to come out of your mouth. This is not even in the realm of where I thought this was going, but red.
So Yeti's in the red spectrum.
I thought red come to mind too.
See, I'm more in the blue-green or the yellow-green because red seems hot.
Well, that's a bad color to be if I don't like hot.
But, this is my take. Your take is different.
You can mean love.
Yeah, it could be love.
I'm a lover, yo.
But my thing was the blue-green is because my favorite color is like aqua blue and like a sea green, where the ocean is like that green color and you can see through it.
Emerald.
Yeah, I love that color, so I think that color would be there. So that's the only reason why. Oh.
Yeah, that was a fucking weird question, buddy.
That's pretty weird.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to talk about would you eat somebody if you had to.
No. And
that one I had an answer prepared for.
oh well hold on. But
that's a perfect segue, Johnny.
No, it's not, because I want to say for the audience, what spectrum would you live in? Let us know.
Oh yeah, the interaction.
Yeah, I'm trying to get interaction here. But the people eating someone, would you do it? I guess Yeti's already got his response, and that's a yes, because he's living in the red fucking spectrum, and he likes to kill people.
Obviously.
No, he likes
that's
to kill
murder. That's blood.
Prostitutes, right?
Yeah, that was the inside joke. But yeah, so cannibalistic horror, we might as well move into that segue. Hey, that's a better segue than last week, guys.
Oh, dude. His segues last week were fucking crazy.
I was going
I thought they were pretty solid.
to yeah, I was going to use some of them this week, but y'all brought up the cannibalistic thing, so I guess that's what we're doing. So, cannibalistic horror, backwoods horror. I don't know if they don't really. I guess it kind of rolls hand in hand a little bit.
Yeah,
Ish.
because
Yeah.
some of them got to do with, like, The Hills Have Eyes and Wrong Turn are kind of well, you know, even though The Hills
Do you-
Have Eyes takes place in the desert, Wrong Turn takes place in the woods.
True, but the hills have eyes are kind of like.
Mutant
I guess
almost.
it's really not backwoods. Yeah, it's more like mutant, nuclear. I don't know. Weird.
Inbred.
Yeah, inbred.
Gross.
We should have saved that for the movie of the week segue, but too bad on that one. That would have been a good segue, but we're not going to use it.
Rearrange.
We are not going to use it because I'm going to use a horrible one eventually. The Hills Have Eyes, which is a classic, of course.
That had someone we interviewed in it, Michael Berryman.
Yeah, it's a great dude. Told us a funny story. But that is, would you think that would be the ultimate classic one?
Either that or Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah. I mean, those are the big cannibal movies. I mean, I think they would be the the more classic and kind of the kind of kicked it off.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, was The Hills Have Eyes like the first big cannibalistic movie? Probably. I don't know.
Probably big, yeah. That's a Wes Craven movie, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it just to me like that's the one that it seems like more people are going to remember or bring up.
So,
It's just more mainstream.
The Hills
right?
Have Eyes was before Nightmare on Elm Street, right?
Well, obviously, it'd have to be
I guess because
Yeah.
The Hills Have Eyes was the late 70s, wasn't it?
mid. I don't know why I want to think
I'm
74.
thinking 76.
I'm thinking. I don't know, but I mean, but it's an older movie that people still watch today. It's still
The remake was good too. I remember seeing that, you know, years ago and just being like, holy shit, this is a thing, you know?
It was 77, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, that is rare that the remake is as, you know, can stand the weight of the original, I guess you could say. I don't know why it sounded
I think it had a lot to do with the direction in it. Alexandria Aja was, he's pretty badass.
In the movie, I've never seen Green Inferno, Eli Roth.
You're not missing anything.
Didn't they try to play it off to like be this crazy? I guess trying to compare it to Cannibal Holocaust, maybe or something.
Yeah, kind of. I think they did. They tried to play it off like a modern Cannibal Holocaust, and I think that's probably why I watched it. And it was just,
Was it brutal though?
I mean, it's just so fucking dumb.
So dumb.
Like, literally, the only thing I really remember from the movie, the only part that was really memorable to me, was this guy, he's a pothead, he's got, like, I don't know, like, my eyeballs tell me it was about 3/4 of an ounce in this bag, and they're in a cage in the middle of this, like, cannibal village. So he takes this bag of herb, and he tosses it in the central fire of the village. Next thing you know, the entire village of cannibals is just fucking Willie Nelson high. They're just like all sitting around giggling and nodding out and shit. And it's just like, that was fucking stupid. Also,
just
where
sounds
does he buy weed?
I don't know.
Yeah,
that sounds stupid.
for science. You know, science.
So I guess in that movie, because I haven't seen it, the tribe won't eat each other. They will eat other people, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of a common theme is like the
Yeah.
outsiders come in and they're like, oh, lunch.
Yeah, I mean, they don't eat their family, so.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably would if they got hungry enough. But let's, and I brought this up before, Motel Hell. And that's where they serve up people with sausage. This was 1980s, and I don't remember much about this movie. All I remember is the people were buried. And then Yeti brought up, and they had their vocal cords cut. And I was like, oh, yeah. Because I was like a fucking kid when I seen this, like 8 years old. I don't know where I seen it. Somehow it was on TV somewhere.
And they feed them, like, herbs and spices and stuff, so it, like, seasons the meat, and they ground them up into sausage.
The meat with herbs and spices.
Yeah, because the two people run a rural hotel, but they earn most of their cash from a food stand where they specialize in world famous sausage. And like I remember this movie, like just like fuck that, I ain't watching. Fuck that. Like it scared me as a kid. I'm like, yep, never watching that again.
You think Motel Hell kind of got an idea like that from Texas Chainsaw? Because I think they kind of did that, didn't they? They was making something at the store with human meat. Was that like 2? I think maybe they did that or something.
I don't know. I mean, it's a possibility. It's just a running. Because even like in
no, it was a chili. The dad or somebody of Leatherface made world famous chili. Is what it was.
Well,
with human meat.
I don't know when the second one come out, so exactly.
I believe that's what it was.
But even like in Tales from the Crypt, was it Tales from the Crypt, where they had the owner needed meat, so he would kill people and he would string them up and he would serve like what they thought was tenderloin or pork chops, and they're eating the meat, and he'd go back there and you could see him cut off of the dead body. Damn. Take it out there and throw it on the griddle, and the sheriff's in there eating it up. Well, that was just a classic.
That's not as brutal as
it's just a classic, Tales from
as Hannibal Lecter feeding dude's brain to him.
Oh yeah, with some fava beans or some shit. No, that's
pretty crazy.
He ate liver with fava beans. Yeah, that was a fucked up scene.
You remember that, Yeti?
Yeah, those are good movies.
Mm-hmm. Parents.
You remember the movie Parents? It was. I think it was under Cannibalistic.
I've never seen it. Or I might have and just don't know.
I don't think this one's considered a horror, but it's a thriller, I guess. Bone Tomahawk.
I've heard a lot of good shit about that movie. I haven't got around to watching it yet, but I've heard like a lot of good about it.
We had a guy that we used to work with review Bone Tomahawk way back when I first started, kind of. And, so we had a review up of it for, in the beginning, but it's not there no more. But anyways, maybe that can be a Fucked Up Friday movie, qualified maybe.
That's what I heard.
I guess the Indians in it are damn cannibalistic or some shit. Or just,
hell yeah.
I don't remember.
Take that, Whitey.
What about the Neon Demon? Have you saw that? I've heard about it.
Yeah.
Is that one of them artsy movies?
Slog.
Is that one of them like art house movies?
Yeah, and I'm I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of art house unless it's really fucking good. You know what I'm saying? It's just.
What about Raw?
That was I saw part of that. It was fucking dope. It's pretty. It's kind of disgusting, but I mean, that's some more of that French extremity for you right there. There's good shit.
I've never seen it.
I'm trying to think of. Then, this kind of goes into the Backwoods part, but
no. Speaking of Raw, let's segue to Backwoods horror. No. One of my
favorite kills in horror history comes from A Wrong Turn. They're up in like a tree.
Oh yeah.
And she screams, and when she screams, homeboy hits her in the mouth with the axe.
Yeah, and then like half of her head stays and the body drops.
Yeah. Oh goddamn! Now I remember seeing that when I was young and just being like, whoa.
That was fucking insane.
Kind of like I don't know.
Kind of like nothing.
Well, I mean, not really cut in half, but the movie we watched this week.
But another Wrong Turn has was it Elijah Dooku? Is that her name? She's in it.
Yeah, I think so.
No Dooku.
Oh, Dooku. but
Wait, her? You call her Elijah?
I don't know how to pronounce her fucking name. Elish. I don't know.
Man, I don't think that there's any.
She's that girl with the big eyes. What's so pretty?
She was also in that the New Guy movie.
Yeah.
And she was in the cheerleading movie with Kirsten Dunst. Fun facts of JimJam, remember?
So,
Fuck, I reckon.
But I want to say, too, since we're talking about Wrong Turn 2, Wrong Turn 2 was directed by Joe Lynch.
Huh.
That was his first directed movie, I think, from what I understand.
Oh, I'll be damned.
So, yeah. It's
Eliza.
Okay.
That's why I was like, Elijah. Eliza Dushku. Whatever.
Some crazy name. But yeah.
It's not really great. God.
But yeah, Wrong Turn, though.
Freaking
I guess-
much. Sorry. Guess what?
Was that 2003? So yeah, that was the year I graduated. So, I was a teenager.
Cool for fucking you.
Fucking asshole.
God.
Hey, another one though.
Shit, what
3
you
years
graduated.
later, though, the man Adam Green brings out Hatchet, Backwoods Horror,
Yeah, that is some backwoods shit.
and it's
Man, I've probably seen that movie like 6 times, and it never gets old.
no, Victor Crowley is the man. I even got a shirt made. Victor Crowley lives.
That fucking face rip
Yes.
in the first Hatchet movie, that's so dope.
Well, this kind of can bring up our do a little promo for the Felissa Talk 3. She says that for the longest, Kane Hodder would say that was his favorite kill from To Do or whatever, and then he started saying that the Felissa Rose kill from Hatchet or Victor Crowley is now his favorite or something. Isn't that what she said?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah,
That's what
that was
she
definitely one of my favorites too.
That's what she said.
said. That's what she said.
Hey, it even has Friday the 13th listed as Backwoods Horror.
Fucking sure.
It was in the woods.
It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but
I mean, they were
Almost
in
Backwoods, the Backwoods almost is, I guess, the southern thing, kind of, isn't it? Or is it not?
you know what I think? What I think really fits into backwoods horror, probably even better than Friday the 13th. Chicken's blood.
Yeah,
Chicken's Blood is Backwoods Horror, yes.
for sure.
To me, with backwoods horror, it's not like the camp thing. Yeah, it's in the woods or whatever. But the backwoods horror is you got city people who are not used to this kind of surroundings, who are in the middle of fucking nowhere on accident.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Corey, good job on bringing out some Tennessee Backwoods Horror. What did he call it? Someone call it homegrown?
Yeah, homegrown.
But
I got my DVD today, by the way. Number 101 out of 300.
You
Super
son of a
excited about
bitch.
Johnny wanted that number.
You son of a bitch.
He got 101.
I told Jimmy, I was like 200, and I was like, I really kind of wanted 101. You fuck you, Yeti. God damn.
Hey, what'd you think
But how is that
behind the case or behind the
but
DVD?
the coincidence that he got 101, and I thought of it. We're connected, Yeti. Yeti, we're new best friends.
So don't say what it is, but what'd you think about what was behind the disc?
Oh, man, it's so good.
I still don't see why we can't say what it is.
I cannot wait to,
Because you're going to do a full DVD review, right?
Yeah. I'm going to have to get with Corey and see what he wants me to keep under wraps, what he wants me to share, you know what I'm saying, and go from there. But I do plan on doing a full DVD review here pretty soon. I'm actually going to watch the movie again tonight. I got a couple of good beers, and whatever else, and me and the old lady and our roommate are gonna kick back, and
It's a funny movie.
They haven't got to experience it yet.
Oh, dude, they're going to be fucking cracking up at the very beginning. Like this is no joke. This movie was a big surprise on the comedy aspect of it because it wasn't told to everybody in the theater. It was just, this is a horror slasher.
And we knew, that Corey was, big into the extreme horror, so we knew it was gonna be fucking gruesome.
But there was nothing mentioned like, oh yeah, there's a little comedy put in there.
Not a little.
But there was nothing mentioned of it.
No.
So like when you get into it, you're like people need to buy this DVD. It's worth $20, and for $5 shipping, and plus this is exclusive, only 300, and it's signed by him if you like signatures,
and you get a sticker. And you can see what's behind the disc. What we're talking
and
about.
you can flip that over so you can shock people and just have that sit down your fucking shelf.
and they'll be wondering what the fuck are they into.
Yeah, it's just funny, but just the surprise in this movie at the very beginning, the monologue, not a monologue, but the
Chuck.
Yeah, the King Kong story is just hilarious.
Oh Jesus, that's it's probably one of my favorite parts of the movie.
That should just be put up on YouTube and just played.
That's what I'm doing when we get done with this. We're watching Chicken's Blood.
Damn right.
At least watch the special. I'm gonna watch the deleted scenes and the bloopers and all that. That's probably what I'll do when I go home.
It's got the special effects thing of him getting his hair shaved and his face makeup put on.
Yeah, go buy that movie at chickensblood.com.
For sure.
Definitely do that.
Because it's funny. It's just a good no-budget indie horror movie. And it's not because we know Corey that we're saying this. It's just because it actually is.
and
No, it's really a good movie. It's kind of the best of both worlds because it's funny and it's kind of campy, but it's also like hella gory.
Yeah, with no budget.
So you get that. You get these scenes of like intense, graphic violence. You don't walk away from it feeling empty, and it's totally something you could watch more than once. It's something you want to share with your friends. I don't know. It's a good movie.
Yeah, and so here's another one for you. Misery. Was that considered Backwoods horror? I mean, she kidnaps him.
He is kind of there on accident.
Yeah. But, God, it's a fucked up movie. I remember watching that and I'm like, fuck this shit. Like, could you imagine breaking your fucking ankles or your legs just so you can't walk? Ugh.
Kathy Bates is so fucking good in that movie.
Yeah.
Another Backwoods that I've loved, it's called Staunton Hill.
Staunton Hill.
George C. Romero's. George C. Romero directed a movie called Staunton Hill.
Oh, Cameron.
And it's goddamn, it's good. And it's got this beheading scene in it. It's so fucking long and
is that the one that's filmed in the haunted attraction? No, it ain't. No,
that was Talon Falls.
Yeah, okay. Another one that Johnny don't like talking about no more. But Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
It's not that I didn't want to make it the movie of the week.
It's Backwoods horror, but he
I love Tucker and Dale.
No,
I do too, man. That's one of those movies to me that like when I can't find something that looks good that I want to watch.
Sorry,
it's just a go-to.
Jimmy's over here holding his hand up to me. I've offended him for not wanting to make this the movie of the week because we have talked about it for years.
So?
I think people understand we love Tucker and Dale.
Yeah, Tucker and Dale is fucking awesome.
I've been a fan of, was it Dale? No, Tucker.
Here comes this story again.
Forever. So you didn't even know him when I knew him.
Fuck it, I knew him first, motherfucker.
I knew him as Socks, okay? And I still call him Socks.
And here's one from Yeti's favorite director,
Yes.
Rob Zombie, House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah.
That's my caveat with Zombie. Is I don't like his Halloween remake. I didn't like any of that. I thought 31 was just fucking
It's okay.
incredibly bad. But House of a Thousand Corpses, that was a good movie. And Devil's Rejects was pretty fucking decent.
So does that mean that 3 from Hell is just going to suck for you? It seemed like it's gradually getting worse.
So the thing is like he's got Sid Haig and Bill Moseley there to like carry the movie.
Yes,
You know, and those two guys, I mean, they work so well on screen together that even with the repetitive trash ass scripts that Rob Zombie churns out, I mean, they're still fun to watch.
Yeah, but trust me, I've seen movies with Bill and even with Kane, like 31 or whatever, Ambulance 31 or whatever the fuck that.
it's an old 41 or old 40 something.
Yeah, that movie, they were the only good parts.
This movie was a fucking Mean Girls movie, and then with a horror ending.
I mean, Bill didn't even like it after he seen it. He's like, yeah, they fucked. But
from
they
what I
fucked
understand,
themselves.
whoever edited it
They
fucked it up,
yeah.
and even the director didn't even want to be associated with it. So he had a universal name.
Yeah, we talked
Alan
about that.
Smithy.
Yeah, so yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, they'll be the only good parts in a lot of movies.
So it's like they
Yeah.
went, but then we got from 2001 Joyride with Paul Walker. That's Backwoods horror.
Says who?
IMDb says who.
You believe IMDb? No, I remember you bringing that up to me that Paul Walker was in a horror movie, and I was like, really?
Joyride.
I wonder
But
if
then
it
it's
is
like
a fiery
2001.
car crash.
Oh my God. Yeti said he wonders if it'll end in a fiery car crash. That's fucked up, Yeti.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't drink and drive and fucking do 90 miles an hour in a fucking residential area.
Yeah, probably not good.
Play dumb games, win dumb prizes.
Yeti. Paul Walker's a sweetheart.
I wouldn't know. I didn't know him personally.
I don't know. I bet he was more savory there toward the end.
But speaking of Paul Walker, we got shirts. Is that a good segue? Is that a good segue? Did I improve? No?
I think you got it.
Sure.
SouthernSunBoutiques.com. You can go get some shirts. Not with Paul Walker on them. I mean, well, they could probably custom make you a shirt with Paul Walker if you wanted one, but...
Yeah.
Man, fucked up.
What? I'm trying to use this celebrity to sell my shirts. What's fucking wrong with that? And the Shutter promo code, Teen Horror. And this week is Connuga. If you don't know what Connuga is, it is the largest multi-fandom event in downtown Chattanooga at the Downtown Chattanooga Convention and the Chattanooga Hotel. It is your con, literally. If you want it to be a horror con, it's a horror con. The tracks go all day for the horror track. You can be in the horror track all day. If you want to be anime, there's anime tracks. So there's a BDSM talking about stuff. I mean, there's adult themed stuff. There's kids. There's a kids room that they do crafts in. I mean, you can't dump your kid off in. You gotta be there with them. But yeah, I mean, it's just that opportunity. And there's a big vendor hall. We're going to be there. We're going to be doing videos. So make sure you stay tuned to the Instagram. We're going to do some Instagram live videos. And, just have them on the story feed, right?
Yeah.
And all that stuff. And we're going to do a prolonged YouTube video where we intro it, go through the ins and outs. And you'll probably get to see a little bit of that on the Instagram feed too. Because we're going to, try to do more on the social media and stuff. So it's fun. Come and join us and make the horror track lit, yo. As the kids say.
As Johnny
Speaking of lit.
fucking dabs.
Speaking of lit, let's get into the movie of the week. This is the movie of the week. Movie of the week. Inbred.
They were all pretty lit.
No guess. No.
They dabbed on them.
thought that was a good segue. That's not a good. Okay. And the movie of the week is Inbred. Inbred is a 2011 British horror comedy directed by Alex Chandon, who also wrote the screenplay. 4 young offenders, Tim, Sam, Dwight, Zeb, and their caretakers, Kate and Jeff, travel to a Yorkshire village called Mort Lake, which is fucking weird, to do community service, staying in a little cottage. It's a fucking garbage dump. On their first day, they decide to have a drink at the local pub where they meet Jim, the bartender. And the next day, shit hits the fan. So, yeah. That's where it happens.
There's some high speed fecal matter fan action. That's for damn sure.
Yes. And this movie, it starts out where there's 4 kids in a van and they're going to... You don't understand. I didn't understand why they're doing any of it.
No. I'm telling the first act of that movie was so
Drawn out.
fucking boring.
Drawn out.
Yeah, I didn't know, because, I did some pretty fucking mentally intensive movie watching yesterday. So I was like, maybe it's just me.
No.
So I asked around the room, and everybody was like, no, I'm just waiting on this shit to pick up.
Yeah, because,
And when it did...
It picks up, but the beginning of it, you don't know why they're there. You know? They don't explain, I thought maybe they're a church group. I don't know. You know? And you got the annoying teenager, of course. You got that one, and then you got the quiet one, and then you got kind of a nerdy-ish looking dude with the glasses, but he's not really nerdy, or he kind of is. And then you got
that dude's my favorite.
Well, the beginning of the movie starts out with pretty fucking crazy shit, like a fucking axe to face, and then a leg chop, and then it pulls out to the showing that
True. I forgot all about that. That's how boring the other part was.
The douche kids are watching.
Yeah, and I was just like, is this the fucking whole movie? Are they going to have this screen up, this filter for this movie? Because, the very beginning of it, it's gory. It hits you, you're like, okay, this is where they're going with this film. It's going to be a fucked up one.
Yeah, they give you that little bit of fucking, shocking gore, and then it's like, let's just slog around for a little bit.
Yeah, because they got to get to the cabin, and they're the annoying kids being annoying, and it's just kind of annoying.
What about as they're riding through to the town?
Yeah, what the fuck?
And they got a bunch of kids in the field down fucking stabbing somebody on a damn scarecrow stoop or whatever.
And they're like, did you see that?
I was like, what the fuck is this? We lads of the cornfield? I don't know.
All right, but
they're like, did you see that? And then they're not fazed by that at one bit.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay. And then they pull up to the shittiest fucking cottage that you can pull up to. Like, how do the fuck? I'm just so confused. I don't know the premise. Like, you got some bad teenagers that have social workers with them, and they go to a fucking place that's just a dump.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, we're just gonna go clean up this cottage in the middle of bumfuck nowhere."
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, the premise is really flimsy, and honestly, and this could just be me, but I like the scenes with the locals.
Yeah, they're
better because I felt like they were more fleshed out.
Yep.
Than the people who are supposed to be the protagonists. Because I didn't give a shit when any of them died.
Yeah, I agree 100%. The locals were a lot better, and the scenes were just funner. Made the movie more fun to watch. And they go to the bar. They're at the fucking cabin. They're cleaning it up, and then they're like, "Well, your reward would be to go to the bar, and it's called the Dirty Hole."
Yeah.
And they go, and it's just like, oh, okay, and you're gonna fucking drink lemonade. Why are you in a bar? How is this a reward to go to the bar? Like, it didn't make sense. I'm just like, okay, whatever, dude. And I think it wasn't lemonade. It was just piss with lemons in it.
Yeah.
That's what they insinuated. Like, it was piss with lemons in it.
And they drank it.
Well, the one dude was Jeff was like really drinking, and that the guy that played Jeff, you will recognize him from other movies, or I do. I did. I recognize his name straight off.
You look familiar.
Yeah. Oh man, it's Doherty or whatever. I think it was his name, but I recognize his name from the very beginning, and I was like, oh, okay, I know that name.
Is that the
Jeff, the counselor?
Yeah, I guess this would be after the bar part where they're I guess the girl encounters or the inbreds. They start fucking with her and trying to get her to, I guess, forced fellatio.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Wait, where were we at?
That was a little weird.
Yeah, at first I was like, damn, this motherfucker really got his dick pulled out. And I don't think it was it?
You skipped.
I think it was a carrot. I don't know.
You talking about
But
after they go to the bar and the next day when they go to the fucking trains for no reason?
Oh, okay, my bad. I skipped a lot.
Yeah, because she had an encounter with him at the bar
Oh, okay.
where he had
Yeah.
a carrot and he was holding it in her face, and it's like, oh, you're so pretty, and then he smells her hair.
Yeah.
And
that's
they're
right,
like,
that's
oh,
right.
they don't see outsiders much. And yeah, his name's, but yeah, so yeah, James Doherty. Yeah, you would recognize him from other movies. But yeah, they go to the trains and they're walking fucking forever, and somehow he has a map to know where the trains are, and they're gonna strip these trains for their valuable like copper and zinc or whatever.
So they're basically out there just being tweakers.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't understand any of that why they went there. And then fucked up shit happens. And then the inbreds are burning live animals.
How about that fucking, there's our sense of accomplishment scene. Where he sets the goat loose
Yeah.
and he goes to run off.
Oh,
He's plowed by that truck. Dude, I laughed so hard at that.
What about the fact that how fast or how slow that truck was going and how
Destroyed the animal was.
how much it exploded? I'm like,
It just fucking vaporized.
yeah, I'm thinking
That
What
was
the
a lot of this stuff, though. Like
overdone or
and that was the intent, I believe, of it. Was like even when they were in the vehicle and she hits dude, and he's like shooting. This is later on in the movie, he's shooting the shotgun. At the windshield, and she steps on the gas, and he's only like 10 feet ahead of her, so she can't be going that fast. But his head explodes when it hits the fucking car, the van or whatever. I mean, that's way down the line on this movie.
and I didn't see this part. I must have been not paying attention, but out of nowhere I start seeing a fucking white ferret just running around, and I'm thinking, what the fuck does ferrets just run
That's at
wild?
the end.
No,
Yeah, they're in one of those
That is a very
train
end
bus
movie.
things and it just pops out of the ceiling. And I was like, is that
yeah.
how they be doing over there? I don't know.
I'm like, is this supposed to be a mink or is this just the fucking ferrets run wild?
Oh, you talking about falls out of the ceiling?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the dude runs off.
Well, I know, I'm just saying, I know that, but that's why I'm like, what are those ferrets just run wild over there?
I just took it as that it was that dude's ferret.
Fucking.
I don't
Now let's talk about the guy who had the ferret, okay? Like they capture these outsiders and they fucking make gruesome shows out of killing them. And they like won't let the ferret guy into the show because he's too fucked up. Like, what manner of weird shit do you have to do?
Well, it
to
wasn't
be
him.
shunned by the cannibals?
It wasn't him. It was his ferret. What it did, it got loose and it caused a bunch of fucking havoc. Because they're putting on these shows and you can't, have a ferret running around fucking with you.
Yeah, you can't have a ferret coming in and fucking up your show.
Yeah, trying to get up your butthole.
What about when the girl was found the magazines and it had all the porn, but it had
animal heads.
It had animal heads. Wow.
I'm thinking he was jerking off with the ferret guys. Just saying. I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. That's what I was thinking.
It's
Ferret.
fucking weird.
He's a ferret jerker.
Ferret.
You know, the,
Professional.
And the ferret just so happened to be white. So just saying. But throwing that out there.
hey, you know the
guys.
part where they're nailing the guy down, the dude with the little bitty arms
Yeah.
is nailing the guy down. Does he not realize he can just pull his hands completely out of those?
That whole fucking scene.
I understand his feet, he wouldn't be able to, but his hands, he barely. And the motherfucker can't even get a good swing because he's got the little T-Rex arms.
That's fucked up. I mean, it's true, but it's fucked up that she.
He had T-Rex arms.
Yeah. Talking about
He
the
was.
disabled.
I'm like, why is he the one fucking hammering the shit? There's motherfuckers
that was
around.
the point. That was the whole point of that, the comedy aspect of it. It was supposed to mean to be funny, but I didn't find it.
It wasn't. It's not logistically sound.
No, it wasn't. He couldn't even fucking move his arms hardly. So yeah, I didn't. But it was meant to be funny. You know, I didn't find any humor in it because it was just stereotypical funny. In my opinion, like a lot of it was just like art I've already seen.
But one thing though, I want to give props to the gore. They did phenomenal on the gore. Like,
Yeah,
the special effects and stuff.
They did
awesome.
really good on that.
But you know, it was a little overdone when the fucking goat gets them. The goat explodes.
Even the dude that barely got his head stepped on by the horse.
Yeah. Well, that horse jumped up and jumped back down, so I could almost see that.
It didn't look
happening.
like it when they showed the scene. It just looked like it stepped on him.
Oh well, yeah, that's probably a little drawed out. Or
Yeah, I mean, but you know when they put the carrot in his mouth, like he couldn't spit the carrot out.
well,
Right? You wouldn't just go, "Bleh."
You couldn't just turn your head and spit the fucking carrot out.
or pull his hands out from where they're not bound.
Yeah, I seen that too, and I was just like, okay, we're gonna go this way. I mean, it was implied that it was nailed down far enough to where he couldn't get his hands out. I'll let him pass on that.
Well, I'm thinking dude's just so scared that he didn't realize it, and he was screaming. I don't know why, because they were not hit. Well, I guess one time he did hit him in the arm, but it's not like the nails were going through his wrist or something.
Yeah, he was screaming the whole time he's getting nailed down. I'm like, gosh damn, they're fucking nailing him down to the ground.
And then you see.
And then I'm seeing, I'm like, what? Are you screaming like a little bitch? Like, I know you're scared and you don't really, but why are you fucking screaming so much?
Right? Big old pussy.
Yeah, you fucking cunt. As dude
Just
would
stop being
say.
a pussy.
As dude would say, you fucking cunts.
If that
Yeah.
dude would have lived, he'd be scared to death of T-Rex arm guys the rest of his life.
Yeah. And then they move on from that dude after they do that stuff, and they get out. They're in a cellar, and dude only stabs the fucking guy once and loses his knife. I didn't get that. I don't know. I mean, I didn't find a lot of humor in this movie. Like Yeti did, I don't think. It's because it's supposed to be in a horror comedy, and I don't know. Like we spoke about Tucker and Dale earlier, and that shit was funny.
Yeah.
And this was kind of just like, I get the joke.
I got a few laughs out of it, but I didn't really.
It's like I get where you're going with it and how you wanted that to be funny, but maybe that's funny in the UK. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I think that's a lot of it. It's like a cultural gap.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand the inbred backwoods thing. I mean, I do live in the South, and
yeah, I mean, you get that totally.
yeah, I mean, I've seen people that are actually that. Yeah, I mean, and you know for a fact that they are, but it's just I don't know, like I don't know, because the one normal guy in this whole movie of the inbred people was the fucking pub owner.
Yeah.
So he must be fucking all of his cousins.
I mean,
Where
probably.
was the women at?
There were some. I mean, they were all jacked up looking, but he wasn't fucked up, So he must have been like an original town person.
Yeah.
Do you think they just keep the women around for sex
Yeah.
or whatever, but then they just hang out with each other?
Yeah, and then they just keep getting more. There was women at the crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, there's women in the pub. It's just I don't think there's a
Not
lot
a
of
lot.
women. There's not a lot of women, so they just gotta kind of
Maybe they just
inbreed
don't.
with all of them.
Yeah, maybe they just don't socialize with the women. They just do one thing with them, and that's it.
I mean, like I said, there was women in the crowd. There was women in the pub.
Okay. Well,
I mean, but there wasn't women in the mob that was going killing because, that's what the guys do. That's what men do. Men hunt.
Out there doing man shit.
Yeah, man shit, killing. That's what men do.
Killing, hunting.
Slaughter people.
Taking bets.
Yeah.
Gambling.
yeah, and they're fucking animals too, aren't they?
I don't
Is that
know.
what they had the goat tied up for?
No, they're burning.
No, it's set them on
animals.
fire.
Yeah.
Oh.
For whatever fucking reason.
Fuck it.
Well, I thought that I didn't even think about that because the hell the motherfucker's beating off the damn animal porn that he made.
That was the dude in the train. Totally different person. He wasn't invited. He's
Yeah.
an outsider.
Oh,
He's
is
an
that
outcast.
the ferret guy.
Yeah, that was the fair guy. God, now Jimmy's understanding it.
Makes sense.
Jim just like, oh, okay, I get it now.
I thought they was just going on the whole trope of like backwoods people fuck animals.
So back to the train part. Before they got captured and got fucked up, dude is trying to scare these guys away because they were fucking with him, and he falls and he cuts his leg. And then that's when the brutal shit starts to happen, where he's like, "I got something for you to help the pain," and he just takes a meat cleaver and cuts his fucking head off.
I mean, he wasn't lying.
No, and that was kind of funny. I get ha ha ha. I got something for your pain. Shock.
Uh-huh.
Head just out of nowhere. Chop. It'll take about,
But it took like
Show you a
3 or
little
4
trick. Take
hits.
your mind off that pain.
so that first chop though, he felt that motherfucker.
Oh, and he was just like, and blood was spraying everywhere. The over the top blood. And my whole thing was, she's like, "We need to call an ambulance. We need to call an ambulance." And he's like, "Okay, we will. We will. Okay."
Put him on the table in the kitchen.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay. Do you not see what the table looks like? For draining blood and, like
A
meat.
fucking gurney.
But it was like the table where you slaughter animals, like where you fucking butcher. Because,
Yeah.
it had like the side rail on it, and
They didn't
so it
put,
didn't slide off. I don't know.
they didn't put the 2 and 2 together, huh?
No, they were just freaking out because dude's leg is just.
None of them were very smart.
Well, no, but you know why? Because they're degenerate fucking teens that like to burn down houses and, fight people. Not burn down houses, but one dude burned down a school, I guess. They never even said what the girl did. I guess they just had the girl and the, was the one dude, black guy or?
Yeah. Yeah, he was like British black.
Yeah, and I guess he was there to be the black guy, and the girl was there just to have a female on the cast because they did not explain anything about them two. Did they?
No, not at all. The only one I really got anything about was the firebug.
Yeah.
He was my favorite the whole way. Look at all that wood there. It's a fire hazard, to tell you what.
Yeah. And Zeb was the one, the black guy. Sam was the girl, and Dwight was the annoying motherfucker.
So what about the
And I guess Tim was the one.
the girl gets away and she is running through the field and
Sam. Or no.
I guess the guy the group says something about mines,
Yeah,
and then
Kate.
about that time you hear her.
Oh, yeah,
step
that was
on
the
him.
very end.
Yeah, steps on the mine and
Yeah, there's more stuff that
and
happens
then out
in between
comes that
so.
little motherfucking ferret.
Yeah, and I guess that was supposed to be the funny thing of it. But yeah, I mean, there's more stuff that happened in between them doing stuff. And
You can watch the movie on YouTube for free.
yeah, it's on YouTube.
I liked the ending. I mean, that last joke I thought was pretty good. But just, I love endings like that. Where, there's, there's the final, no.
yeah,
no,
it was like,
everybody
okay, this is
loses.
it. No, it's not it. Huh.
Huh.
There will be no final girl.
Yeah.
I love when the bad guys win in horror movies. To me, that's like I don't care if it's a horror comedy or like something extreme or whatever, but like there's something about when the good guys lose. It just really drives home the rest of it for me. I love that shit.
I was kind of hoping they'd all burn in a fiery death, but just because I didn't.
That would have been fine too, but
I didn't care about any of them. So
yeah.
And then
but it was just like, okay, well that was cool. We're done now. Let's go have a beer. You know, fucking.
Then you have the girl run off, and she lives a horrible, miserable life because she's thinking about it the rest of her life, and then she goes back to try to kill everyone.
So, Johnny, what do you think? Yeah. Would you recommend this?
Would I recommend this?
Seeing that it's free on YouTube, why not?
Yeah, but it would be free kind of on Netflix if it was on there. I mean, everybody's got Netflix. Someone has a password. I don't know. You
don't need no fucking password. Just go to fucking YouTube and search Inbred.
Would I recommend this? I wouldn't say fully avoid it. It's a Saturday rainy movie, and there's nothing else on.
So it's not unwatchable?
It's not unwatchable.
Take it back to the first.
I mean, there's some people that, like Yeti, he enjoyed this movie. Ish.
Yeah.
Ish. So some people will enjoy this movie. I will say that. I didn't hate this movie, but it was just a meh movie. Meh.
Yeah. It's a background movie for sure, huh?
I will never fucking remember the name of this movie, probably ever.
Yeah, I probably never watched again. It was, for me though, like it was a total shift of gears.
Yeah.
For the rest of my day, because
it wasn't gore.
A fucking pit of despair. You know?
Yeah. It's got good gore. It's got good special effects.
Oh God, the gore is really good.
And the townspeople are kind of funny-ish.
Yeah.
So
it's not laugh out loud, fucking piss yourself funny or anything, but there's a few yucks in there, you know.
Do what?
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, I'd say just since it's free on YouTube, watch it. Fuck it.
Mrs. Jams is over here like, I still don't know whether or not it's worth watching.
But speaking,
if you have nothing to do on a rainy ass day, and you're nothing to watch, your cable goes out, but you can get YouTube. Yeah, go watch it.
Yeah.
What about that endorsing thing? Speaking of YouTube, we'd like to thank you for listening to us.
How about speaking of YouTube? You can go to our YouTube channel and watch our. I guess reaction talk about Terrifier 2 script being done by Damien Leone, and
yeah, Damien Leone, that's how you pronounce his name. And also stay tuned to the YouTube because after Connooga there are going to be videos up, and if you like watching con walkthroughs or just ish stuff like that, it's going to be there. We're going to do more this year
for sure.
And speaking of Connooga, thanks for listening, and next week no, this won't be next week, will it?
Oh, okay. Next week will be Connooga, the Connooga podcast, which I don't know what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, we're going to have Chad on. I don't think we don't have it logistically able to bring Yeti into it.
Yeah, we do.
Well, for the people sitting in the fucking room hearing him.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we can hear him, but they can't. That sounds like a fucking interesting panel.
Well, we could probably put him on a speaker because I don't think it would record back.
You know?
I can try.
Fuck Yeti, you're not going to be on the damn podcast next week. Gosh.
That's all right. I'll just,
I'm fucking
We'll figure it out. But yeah, so but the week after that, this is going to be
Home Invasion Movies, Supernatural versus Possible Horror.
Yeti, you need to elaborate that this is your idea.
Supernatural versus like plausible horror, like
plausible, not possible. God damn.
Plausible.
Say fucking the difference between watching a possession or a ghost movie versus watching
real life
something
horror.
Something like a Backwoods movie or fucking
gotcha.
One of those torture revenge films or something.
Like something that could actually happen.
Yeah.
Because, supernatural horror can't happen because it's fake. Fucking with everyone if you believe in ghosts. I'm just joking. That was just a joke.
I'm triggered.
Yeah. Movie of the week is You're Next. Have I seen that movie?
Well, you're gonna
You've
now.
never seen that?
Who's that chick? Who's the chick in You're Next?
I guess next week's podcast will not have a movie of the week.
No, but we will be discussing with
How
Chad.
about-
I do know that with Chad, I want to ask him what he feels about the remakes, all the remakes coming up. Like his perspective of it.
So
He is the maestro of the horror track.
Yep. So Yeti, we will get you on there though. I'll figure we'll hook a speaker up or something.
Yeah, he might want a week off.
Or
It'll be Friday night, 10 p.m. his time.
oh, well, we're going Eastern too.
Oh yeah. Well,
We'll be on the same time. as
but
him.
I'm in this time zone right now. So yeah, 9. Yeah,
It'll be 9:00 his time.
yeah, 9:00 your time. Yeah, I forgot that we was going.
And Yeti is a vampire.
No. Anyways, it don't matter about our schedule. No one gives a shit about that.
Anyways, appreciate y'all. Check us out everywhere, wherever.
Yeah. Speaking of appreciating y'all, yeah, go hit up our tnhorror.com and tnhorrornays. I'm segueing like a motherfucker tonight, yo.
Hell yeah.
But
right.
yeah.
That's all we got,
got-
y'all. We
Yeah.
out.
Peace.
Hey, Spooky, try not to be an asshole.